Welcome to my economic class. Elasticity of demand. The term elasticity means degree of correlation between the demand and other factors affecting the demand, like income of the consumer, the price of related goods, taste and preference of the consumer, etc. So, the elasticity of demand measures the rate of change in demand. There are three types of elasticity of demand: price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of demand for a commodity to change in its price. When the price changes, how much change will happen in the demand for a particular commodity. Some goods are very responsive to price changes. For example, luxury goods. When the price of the luxury goods decreases, the demand for luxury goods increases. But the change in demand is more than the change in the price of the luxury goods. While the other goods are not so responsive to price changes. Low quality food grains. So, the price elasticity measures the degree of responsiveness of the demand for a good to change in its price only. EP can be calculated by using this formula. EP is equal to price elasticity is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. There are different methods to calculate price elasticity of demand. The first method is percentage method. EP or price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. So, EP is equal to delta Q by Q into 100 divided by delta P by P into 100. Delta Q means change in the quantity demanded is equal to new quantity minus original quantity Q means original quantity. Delta P means change in price level. New price level minus original price. P means original price. From the above example, we can find the price elasticity of demand. EP is equal to delta Q by Q into 100 divided by delta P by P into 100. Delta Q means the change in the quantity demanded. That is new quantity minus old quantity. 6 minus 10 is equal to minus 4. Q means old quantity or original quantity, that is equal to 10. Delta P means change in price level. That means the new price minus old price. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. P means the original price, that is equal to 2. So, delta Q by Q into 100 is equal to minus 4 by 10 into 100. Whole divided by delta P by P into 100, 2 by 2 into 100. Cancel 100 and 100. Then we will get the final answer minus 4 by 10, that is equal to minus 0.4. Here we did not consider the minus sign, so the answer is 0.4. So price elasticity of demand is equal to 0.4, which is less than 1. So the demand for a commodity is said to be inelastic. Types of price elasticity of demand. There are 5 types of price elasticity of demand. The first one is perfectly elastic demand. When a small change in price causes an infinite change in quantity demanded, such commodities have perfectly elastic demand. When the price is P, quantity demanded is Q1. Then quantity demanded increases to Q2 with the same price level. So the elasticity of demand is equal to infinity. And commodities are said to be perfectly elastic demand. The demand curve will be horizontal line. Second one is perfectly inelastic demand. When a large change in price does not cause any change in the quantity demanded, such commodities have perfectly inelastic demand. When the price is P, quantity demanded is Q1. When the price decreases to P1, the quantity demanded does not change. So elasticity is equal to 0. Commodities are said to be perfectly inelastic. Demand curve will be vertical line. Third one is elastic demand. Percentage change in quantity demanded of a commodity is more than percentage change in its price. Such commodities are said to be elastic demand. When the price is P, quantity demanded is Q1. When price decreases, the quantity demanded increases to Q2. But increase in the quantity is more than decrease in the price level. So the demand is said to be elastic. Elasticity is greater than 1. Fourth one is inelastic demand. Percentage change in quantity demanded is less than percentage change in its price. So the demand is said to be inelastic. When the price is P, the quantity demanded is Q1. When the price decreases to P1, quantity demanded increases to Q2. But increase in the quantity demanded is less than the decrease in the price. So the demand is said to be inelastic demand. And elasticity of a demand is less than 1. Fifth one is unitary elastic demand. Rate of change in demand is exactly equal to rate of change in price. So the demand is said to be unitary elastic. Elasticity is equal to 1. When the price is P, the quantity demanded is Q1. When the price decreases to P1, quantity demanded increases to Q2. Increase in quantity demanded is exactly same as the decrease in price level. So the elasticity is equal to 1. Unitary elastic demand. Second method to find the price elasticity of demand is point method. This method is used to calculate price elasticity at any point on a linear demand curve. Linear demand curve is a straight line downward sloping demand curve. Price elasticity EP is equal to lower segment divided by upper segment. At midpoint of demand curve, that is point C, elasticity is equal to 1. At point A, it is infinity where the demand curve meets vertical axis. At point B, elasticity is 0 where demand curve meets horizontal axis. At any point to the right of the midpoint, it is less than 1. At any point to the left of the midpoint, it is greater than 1. Third method to find the price elasticity of demand is the total expenditure method or total outlay method. This method was proposed by Alfred Marshall. We observe the changes in the total expenditure as the price changes. So, total expenditure is equal to price into quantity demanded. Total expenditure changes in the opposite direction of the price. The elasticity of demand is greater than 1. The total expenditure changes in the same direction of the price. The elasticity of demand is less than 1. The total expenditure remains same regardless of the price change. The elasticity of demand is equal to 1. Arc method to find the price elasticity of demand. Here the price elasticity is measured along the arc of the demand curve. DD is the demand curve. When the price decreases to P2, quantity increases to Q2. So formula to find arc elasticity is equal to change in the quantity divided by average quantity whole divided by change in price divided by average price, or EP is equal to delta Q by Q1 plus Q2 divided by delta P by P1 plus P2. Income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of demand to change in the income of the consumer. Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. For luxury items like cars and electronic items, when the income of the consumer increases, the demand for such goods increases. So, the elasticity of income is greater than 1. But for necessary goods like food and utilities, when the income of the consumer increases, the demand does not change. So, the income elasticity is less than 1. But the case of inferior goods, when income increases, consumer does not increase the consumption of inferior goods, but they are replaced by the superior substitutes. So, the income elasticity is negative for inferior goods. Cross elasticity of demand. It measures the responsiveness of demand to change in the price of related goods. Suppose goods are substitutes like tea and coffee, or complementary like bread and jam. So, the elasticity is measured by using the formula percentage change in quantity demanded of X divided by percentage change in price of Y. Here X and Y are two commodities. Or EC is equal to delta QX divided by QX whole divided by delta PY divided by PY. Delta QX means change in the quantity of X divided by original quantity of X whole divided by delta PY means change in price of Y divided by PY means price of Y. If two commodities are substitutes, the elasticity will be positive. And if they are complementary, elasticity will be negative. If they are unrelated, elasticity will be 0.